Hey everyone, and welcome to my storytime video. So as you all know, yesterday I saw the most amazing, wonderful girl in the entire world. I love her more than anything. She's so amazing and so talented, and her voice is so pure and raw, and she's incredible. She's so humble. I saw Alessia Cara in concert, and it was breathtaking, to say the least. I just remember getting to the venue. We were waiting in line. There were so many people there already, and it was around 4 o'clock, 4:30, and the doors don't open until 6:30, so we were there for a while, and time just flew by. So I think an hour later, I messaged one of my friends on Twitter. We're in a group chat for everybody that was going to the concert that night, and I was like, hey, and she was like, hey, I just met Alessia Cara, and I was like, you're kidding, how did you meet her? Like, that's insane. She was like, oh, I won meet and greet tickets from my local radio station, and I was like, that's insane. And at that time, I had a gift that I made for Alessia, and it was this cute little journal filled with like messages from all of her fans from Twitter, and it was so cute. I decorated it. It was amazing, and I really wanted to give it to her. And I was like, hey, can you stop by like the line and like take it to her? And she was like, sure, why don't you come with us? So me and my best friend Gabby, we met her name's Sierra, and her best friend Shayla, and we went to the back of the venue, and there were other people there. I think they won meet and greets too. We were there, and Sierra called one of the security guards outside, and he was like, hey, what can I do for you? She was like, please, can you get like one of her managers or something to come out, because we have a gift from a fan to give to Alessia, like it's really important. So he went back inside. He was talking with other security guards, and then some of her managers walked by, and they looked at us, but they didn't really come outside. So we waited about half an hour, and we were just talking to them. They're the sweetest girls ever. I love them. And then Gabby's mom called, so we had to go back to the line, and we were just waiting there, you know, like chill. And then we see Dean, Alessia's bass player. He comes out of the venue, and he's like looking around, and I was like, oh my god, that's Dean. Like, that's Dean. And I wave at him, and he walks up to us, me and Gabby, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, then I'm almost like crying, because like I couldn't believe that that was Dean, like actually. And I was like, hi, I'm such a huge fan, you're so amazing, like I'm so proud of you and Alessia, and you're just amazing. And he was like, oh, thank you, you're so sweet. And I was like, can I get a picture? And he was like, sure. So we took a picture. It was super windy, so like I looked awful, but it was so amazing. And then he just went back inside the venue. Like, he didn't say hi to anyone else. In all honesty, I don't really think anybody knew who he was, but that was so sweet of him to come out just to say hi to us. Like, that's incredible. Anyway, so we waited a little bit longer. It wasn't that long. It was about like 15 minutes, and everybody started going into the venue, and we had to be like patted down, obviously, because like we couldn't bring any like selfie sticks or like guns, whatever. And we went inside, and I went straight for the merch table, and everything was so amazing. So it wasn't even pricey. Like, most concerts are so expensive. Hers was so, like, I don't want to say cheap, because it wasn't like that cheap, but everything was really reasonable. She had everything, and I went up to the lady at the merch table, and I was like, I want everything. And she looked at me kind of like, what? And I was like, yeah, I want everything. Like, just put everything in a bag and I'll pay for it. Like, take my money. I don't care. And she was like, well, can you like list them to me specifically? And I was like, sure, okay. So I told her, I was like, oh, I want those 2 shirts, the jacket. I didn't want the beanie, because I'm not really like a beanie kind of person. Like, I don't really look good. And then I looked up, and I saw this poster, and it said $80 ultimate package, and it came with different things that were like super rare. There were only 5, and I was like, hold up, I want that. And she was like, oh, okay. So she started getting everything ready. Like, she had everything with her. And then I just see the other merch lady like go up to her and like whisper in her ear, and then she goes to me and says, oh, we can't give this to you right now, like, can you wait after the show? And I was like, sure, like, I don't really want to keep all this stuff while I'm watching the concert anyway, so keep it, whatever. And she writes my name down on a little piece of paper, and she goes, cool, come back after the concert, I'll give you everything, and you're all set. So I didn't end up getting all the merch, I wish I did. And I went back up, I changed into my shirt, which I'll show you now. So cute, by the way. It says antisocial pessimist on it, and then on the back it says Alessia Cara. And I got that one, and I got standoffish Alessia Cara. So cute, by the way. And then I got this sweater, and I went up to our seats, which were balcony seats, and I was like, ugh, these are gonna suck because they're like balcony, you know, everybody else has the pit. And the second we got there, we were so close to the stage. Like, not as close as the pit people, but like we could see perfectly. It was amazing. And I sat there and I was like really hungry, I hadn't eaten anything, so I was like, Mom, can I go like get something to eat from the cafeteria on the like bottom floor, and like also get this pin pack that Gabby had? And she was like, sure, okay. So me and Gabby went downstairs and we went back to the merch table. I ended up not getting their food because their food kind of like, it was like hospital food kind of, and I was like, I don't want that, I'll just like get something after the show. So we went back to the merch table and I was like, hi, do you remember me? And the lady was like, yeah, I remember you. And I was like, oh, can I get the pin pack? And I looked up and I saw like 2 more shirts, and I was like, oh, can I get those 2 too? And let me show them to you. I got this shirt. It has Alessia on it, like a Polaroid of her, and then on the back it says all the dates. So me being dumb, I decided to get this shirt in a large, which is huge, as you can see, because my mom is really adamant on me getting like everything large, just because she thinks everything's gonna shrink in the wash. So this thing is like a dress on me. It's huge, and that's like probably my only regret about this concert. And this was the Miami Beach show in Florida, and I was so excited. And then I also got this shirt with a beanie girl, and it says the same exact thing on this one. And I got the pin pack. So it's basically her pin, a temporary tattoo, and a bracelet that says know it all, a rubber bracelet. And I got that, and then she goes, remember, come back after the show. And then we were walking away and she was like, wait, come back. So I was like, okay. We came back and she was like, can you repeat everything that you've bought tonight, like back to me? So I told her everything that I had gotten. I told her about the $80 package, and then Gabby told her everything that she got, and she wrote it all down. And I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, oh, maybe she just wants to keep record of like what we were buying, you know, like just in case. And then we didn't think much of it at the time, so we went back up the escalator back to our seats, and we waited, and the lights went down, and I literally got chills. It was the most amazing experience. And then Nathan Sykes came out on the stage, and he's so amazing. He's so talented. I couldn't believe. He's an angel. He's amazing. He should be in the Olympics for all the runs that he did with his vocals. He was awesome. And he performed 4 songs. He performed 4 songs, and it was so good. And then Ruth B came out, and she's so amazing. She did 5 or 6 songs, and they were all amazing. The only song that she didn't sing was Two Poor Kids, which is such a jam. I love that song. And she sung a new song that she'd only performed once, which was amazing. It was so good. And then after that, I saw Adrian and Dean and Eric all go up on the stage. Like, the stage was dark, but I could still see like their figures going up to the stage, and I was like, oh, Eric, Adrian, Dean, like they're all there. And the lights on the stage kind of like lit up, and then her intro was there, which was amazing. It was breathtaking, honestly. And I was screaming so loud, and at that moment I like realized in my brain, like, I'm actually gonna see my idol live. Like, this is what I've been waiting for months and months and months. Like, this is the moment. And I just broke out into tears. I couldn't even fathom. And she runs out on stage and she was like, Miami! And everybody went crazy. It was absolutely insane, and she was so happy. and she performed all of her songs, and it was so amazing. She also performed Amy Winehouse, You Know I'm No Good, and it was so good. She's so talented and so amazing, and I couldn't believe it. It was so amazing. So after, so when we got to the last song, which was my song, my favorite, I love that song more than life, I was in tears. I cried for every single song. Like, I was just in tears. I was already losing my voice. That's probably why it sounds like really raspy and ugly today. But it was so crazy. Since we had balcony seats, everybody was pretty like quiet because it was mostly like older people, like parents and stuff like that didn't want to be in the pit. So me and Gabby, we were just going like insane. We were crazy, and everybody was like looking at us like, stop, please. And I was like, no, she's my idol. I love her. She's so, she was so amazing. And I couldn't get over it. I had like a mental breakdown, and I was literally shaking. My hands were shaking uncontrollably. That's how amazing it was. The lights were amazing. The whole effect was amazing. It was life-changing, to say the least. So after the show ended, we got up and I cried again, but like this time it was like really, like tears were like flooding down my face. I was like, it's over, it's over. And I was also kind of upset because I really wanted to meet Alessia, and I was like, oh, the chances of me meeting Alessia are like slim to none. Like, I'm not gonna meet Alessia. So Gabby was like, it's okay, like stop crying, it's all good. Just as long as she got your gift, like that's the only important thing. And I knew that, like, obviously. So we went down the escalator to the bottom floor, back to the merch table, and the lady that was selling us the merch, she was still there. And I was like, hi, do you need my ID? Because she said that earlier, she needed my ID to get our $80 package. And then she was like, no, I remember you, it's all good. So she went to the back, and then I just see Alessia's dad, Mr. Caracciolo, come up to me, and I lost it. I lost my mind. I was like, Mr. Caracciolo, I'm such a big fan, you're so amazing. And he was like, thank you, likewise. And I was like crying my eyes out, and I shook his hand, and he's so amazing. And he comes close to me, like I had all my stuff already, she gave me my stuff, and he comes close to me and he goes, have you ever met Alessia before? And I'm like, no. I was going out of my mind. And he was like, do you want to? And I'm like, yeah, yes, I want to meet Alessia. So he's like, oh, go stand by that pole over there. So we all go to the pole, and we're standing there, and we're there for like about 5 minutes, and he comes back and he's like, thank you so much for supporting Alessia, like you do so much for her, she appreciates it so much. I'm like, you don't know how much she's done for me, she's gotten me through so many things. I'm about to cry, oh my god. She's so amazing, and I'm so proud of her. And he was like, do you know how much you do for her? Like, you support her, and this is her dream come true, she's always wanted to do this. And I was out of my mind, and I wasn't even thinking about taking a picture with him. Like, I wanted to, but I wasn't even thinking about it because I was so shell-shocked at the moment. And my mom was like, ask him to take a picture. So I was like, oh, right, can we take a picture? And he was like, sure. So we took a picture, and I just kept on blabbering to him about how much I love his daughter. And then at the last second I was like, oh, I love your wife too, she's so amazing. And he was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then he said, wait here for like a few minutes, I'm gonna tell Andres to come. And I was like, Andres? And he was like, you know who Andres is? I'm like, yeah, I know. And he was like, okay, well, he's gonna be wearing like a ball cap, and he'll be here in a few minutes. So we saw Andres, and I was like, Gabby, that's Andres. And she was like, where? And he was like walking around, he had no idea where we were. And he met up with Mr. Caracciolo, and then he found us. And he goes, wait here for a minute. So he got 2 other girls, and he was like, okay, we're gonna go backstage and meet Alessia. And I was crying my eyes out. It was so amazing. We went up the stairs to this hallway, and we passed by Nathan's room and Ruth's room and the production room, all the way down the hallway to this giant open area with like 4 round tables spread out, and 3 of the round tables were taken, and then 1 was completely empty. And I look to my side and I see Victoria, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Victoria. So I go to Victoria, I'm like, hi Victoria. She's like, hi. And I'm like, I'm such a big fan. And she was like, of Alessia. And I'm like, of you. And she was like, oh, you're so cute, you're so funny. And I was like, oh my god, I was mind blown. And it was so awesome. She told us to go sit at the table. She was like, oh, make yourself comfortable. So we sat there. We were there for like 15 minutes, and it felt like agony. Like I was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and it seemed longer because I was so excited. I couldn't believe it. And out of the corner of my eye, I see her walk into the room, and I lost my breath. I couldn't breathe at all. I was like, oh my god, she's right there. And it was so unbelievable. I was shaking again. I was crying my eyes out. And she's so cute. She's so tiny. She was going around to each individual person. And I think that room was only for family and friends. So basically the only fans that were there were me, Gabby, our parents, and 2 other girls. So finally she walks up to our table with Andres, and Andres goes, these are your dad's picks of the night. And I lost it. I was like, oh my god, he chose us. Out of the trillion people that were there, he chose us. And then that's when I finally connected that the woman at the merch table told Mr. Caracciolo about how I bought all of this stuff, and I couldn't believe it. It was so cute. I was crying my eyes out, and I think she noticed that. And then I was like, I don't know if you know me, but on Twitter I'm Alessia Scars. And she goes, is that you? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. She's like, oh, I see your tweets all the time, they're so cute. And I'm like, oh my god. So next what I asked her to do was, like, I couldn't believe it. I was just talking to her, and I asked her to sign my CD, and she did. And then I also asked her to sign my picture that I had printed from my computer. And then I was like, oh, can you write something like cute on the back? She was like, what do you want me to write? I was like, oh, just anything. So she wrote, Selena, thank you for... She wrote, Selena, thank you so much for being incredible. Alessia, Cara. And it was so cute. She was the most amazing person, and I couldn't shut up about how much I loved her, and she was so sweet and so humble. And then she was signing Gabby's phone, and I go, oh, I love your vlogs. And she was like, really? I've been really lazy with them. I'm still editing week 3. And I was like, oh, I think they're so funny. I love your outro song. And then I like sung it for her, and she was like, do you want to sing it with me? And I was like, yeah. So none of the other people knew like the outro song. I was the only one. So me and Alessia like she took out her phone, and she had like the case that was like the Beanie Girl. It was like all black. It was so cute. And we did it together, and she's so cute. And she was like, I'll put you in week 4. So I went crazy. She's so cute. And she signed the other girls' phones and everything that they had for her. And then we gave her one last hug, and she came right up to me and hugged me, and she just kept saying, don't cry, don't cry. And that just made me cry more. Honestly, it was so amazing. And she like let go of me, and I was like wiping my tears. I was like, you've done so much to me, you're such an inspiration. I was just blabbering on and on and on, and she was like, thank you, thank you. And I asked her, I was like, oh, did you get our gift? And Andres comes up to us, and he's like, was it the one in the purple bag? And I was like, yeah, that's the one. And he was like, it's on the tour bus, and she's gonna like look at it later. And I was like, oh my god. So I told her what I got her. I told her I got her the journal, and I also got her a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos because of this video, this Snapchat Q&A that she did for me.
Selena wants to know what my favorite snack is.
She wrote, Selena, thank you so much for being incredible. Alessia, Cara. And it was so cute. She was the most amazing person, and I couldn't shut up about how much I loved her, and she was so sweet and so humble. And then she was signing Gabby's phone, and I go, oh, I love your vlogs. And she was like, really? I've been really lazy with them. I'm still editing week 3. And I was like, oh, I think they're so funny. I love your outro song. And then I like sung it for her, and she was like, do you want to sing it with me? And I was like, yeah. So none of the other people knew like the outro song. I was the only one. So me and Alessia like she took out her phone, and she had like the case that was like the Beanie Girl. It was like all black. It was so cute, and we did it together. And she's so cute. So hands down, it was the best experience ever. Alessia, if you're watching this, I love you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the journal. It was amazing. I'll do another video of all the merch that I got, just because I know a bunch of people want to know like what they had. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll make more. A vlog is coming up soon of the concert, so you'll be able to see that as well. Okay, well, bye!